I am White Buffalo Woman, known as She of 1,000 White Clouds and Thunder Beings in the Sophia Code cosmology. As a divine feminine ascended master mentor, I teach you how to live in right relations with yourself, your community, and your beautiful planet. My key code 7 is a Shekinah light transmission that guides and protects prophetic indigenous spiritual pathways on Earth. In my most recent appearance as a divine feminine Christ embodiment, I came as White Buffalo Woman to the people of the Great Plains in North America. I seeded the knowledge of who I am in a prophetic lineage of medicine bundles, teachings, and rites of initiation that I delivered in my holy transmission to the Sioux. I will share with you in my own words the coming of my lightning medicine to the hearts of this great people. When I descended from the sky to take on the form of a holy woman, my gaze reflected the angelic DNA of my oversoul as a thunder being, with eyes that would shift from night black to dark earthen brown, from storm gray to clear sky blue. Grandmother Spider wove my body together with radiant red earth and threads of silver stardust. My hair moved from a wind within it, black as raven wings, and blessed by the word of eagles. I wore the soft long rain down my back and the sunrise within my shawl. My dress was fashioned from the leather of white clouds. Adorning my crown was a single white eagle feather that ordained my return to the surface of the earth by the order of the sky grandmothers. When my feet touched upon the ground, soft white moccasins appeared around them, beaded with the prophecy of whirling rainbow children to come. My face shone as a star as I walked in human form, and my body delighted in itself as lightning kissing the earth. The sweet rumbling of soft distant thunder echoed with the victory trills of the sky grandmothers watching over me from above. I began my journey at twilight in the north and walked eastward, where the sun would soon arise over two young men hunting across the Great Plains. Carrying bows and bearing quivers upon their backs, the men stood on a hill scanning the horizon for buffalo and caught sight of me along the skyline. I quickened my steps as they did theirs, for I appeared as a mysterious star roving the earth, and their curiosity drew them irresistibly towards me. As the two men made their way to me, I read the heart of each man. One stood tall and walked forward with a pure heart, guided by his prayer to honor all life. He was a warrior who sought to protect others through wise action. The other man had fallen ill with the sickness of separation that hardened his heart and blinded his true sight. He was a warrior feared by all enemies of their tribe, and he took great pride in this status. Both men were honored warriors and didn't want to return home without good news. Their people were starving from the struggle of an unusually long winter. The men longed to return to their people, having found a buffalo herd to hunt. Weary from many days of scouting across the wintry plains, the sight of my approaching light filled them with a mysterious wonder. As we drew near to one another, the first man saw me through the eyes of his pure heart. In his perception, I first appeared as a tall white buffalo, emerging from a great white light. The sound of angelic singing rushed through his inner ears. It was only as I drew close enough that his sight adjusted to perceive me as a startlingly beautiful maiden, dressed in holy adornments. The man recognized that I was a sacred messenger and silently prepared his heart in prayer for whatever was to come from our meeting. I smiled at his wisdom and whispered to his mind, "Be at peace." To the second man, I appeared as a lost young maiden, and his blinded perception allowed for a black, ravenous desire to overtake his hardened heart. The separation and lack that he secretly felt about himself had created an unbearable void within him. No bounty of war could ever assuage his incurable emptiness. The only temporary relief that he could seem to find was by feasting upon another. His black thoughts began to calculate how many steps it would take to overcome my body with his will. This man declared his intention to the other warrior. "My friend, what an opportunity this is. We should take this woman now and be with her." The good-hearted warrior stared back at the other man in shock. He replied, "Oh no, my friend. Can you not see? This is the holiest of women. Do not think such thoughts. Humble yourself and prepare your heart, for she is coming to us now. I do not know what she will say, but keep your eyes upon the ground in honor of that which has sought us out." "What kind of man are you?" snorted the black-hearted warrior. Then he turned back to satiate his gaze upon me and calculate his next move. I now stood only a short distance away from the two warriors. The first man kneeled down and began to pray. Though he fervently tried, he could not take his eyes from the sight of me. I carried a large bundle wrapped in white beaded buckskin upon my back, which I carefully removed and gently lowered to rest on the grass. My eyes fixed directly upon the darkness within the second man, beset on devouring me. I quietly spoke the incantations of the Sky Grandmothers, which destroys the darkness of ill men, and welcomed him to greet me. At my invitation, the man lurched forward to overtake me. I summoned the radiant light of my Holy Spirit, which immediately descended over the man's body in a great white cloud. Within this cloud, I spoke of my unconditional mercy and compassion for his great suffering. I announced that I would now relieve him of his suffering by commanding his soul to return to Wakantanka, the Great Spirit, where all emptiness is fulfilled. Within my invincible compassion and holy light, his soul found the relief that dark appetites could never satisfy. He spontaneously gave up his body, and as his soul went into the light, I disintegrated his form. The cloud cover receded back into my white leather dress, revealing his ash and bones that lay as a play before my feet. Tears rolled down the remaining man's awestruck face. He now fixed his eyes upon the earth and asked me to be generous with him, to let him go in peace, in honor of my holiness. Behold the last prayer for that man, as a reminder to your men, the Holy Mother is within all. No man needs to take from a woman to remember what is already within him. I know that you are a good man, and that your heart is pure and true. You may return to your village just as you asked, and in your return you will carry the message of my coming to your people. Hear my words. Tell your chief to prepare for my arrival. I bear a bundle of great importance that will set your people's feet upon a sacred path for the future of generations to come. Prepare a great lodge to gather all your people and make your hearts ready for my arrival. The man nodded his promise to share my message. Without looking back, he focused his eyes as a single arrow to the south and immediately began to run for his village. His heart burst with the good news of my coming, for he had found something far greater to feed his people than a herd of buffalo. Upon entering the village, the brave man went directly to the chief's teepee. He shared with the chief all that he had witnessed and the instructions to prepare for my arrival. Knowing the warrior to be a man of integrity, the chief trusted his account of me. The chief then sent out instructions for the people to prepare for my coming. A great lodge of many teepee poles was assembled, large enough to fit the whole community just as I had asked. In honor of my arrival, the women prepared their families' best clothing and adornments. The hunger of the people was replaced with a buzzing of preparation, and their curiosity feasted upon the mysterious good fortune of my forthcoming message. Every morning for 6 days, I sent a single red-tailed hawk to circle above the village and watch over the people's willingness to receive me. On the 7th day since appearing to the two warriors, I was spotted at dawn walking towards the village with the sun rising behind me. The red-tailed hawk circled high above me, her cries declaring that today was a good day to live. As I entered the village, some of the people could only see the form of a white buffalo, while others perceived me as a holy woman dressed in white with a single eagle feather in my hair. The gathered people welcomed me by parting to create a wide path that led directly to the great teepee. As I passed through the lodge's entrance, I fully shifted into my human form as white buffalo woman so that all the people may hear me speak. I walked sunwise around the lodge, making eye contact with every man, woman, and child as a blessing to unify the people's one heart. I stopped to stand before the chief at the teepee pole of the west. His eyes reflected the daybreak light shining through the open door flap in the east. Unsure if he should speak yet, the chief motioned with his hands, pointing to an altar built in my honor with many offerings of herbs placed upon it. I nodded in appreciation and motioned to a nearby woman to make an offering of cedar to the fire at the center of the lodge. The woman stepped forward to fulfill my request, and the lodge was filled with the cleansing scent of cedar. I took the medicine bundle from my back, blessing it with the smoke, and then raised it with both hands to the chief. Within this bundle is a sacred pipe, a most holy instrument of grace. As such, it must always be treated with the highest reverence in honor of your covenant with me. Your reverence for this pipe will deepen your reverence for yourselves, one another, and all life. As you love this pipe, praying with it as I will instruct you, your people will be initiated as keepers of a prophetic path for communicating the mysteries of Great Spirit. I deliver this holy vessel directly from Wakantanka, who sent me as a manifestation of your people's prayer to be of great service to all beings, even to the ends of the four corners of this world. I then unwrapped the white leather bundle to reveal the sacred pipe, which the people called Chanumpa, and placed a red stone representing Mother Earth on the ground by my feet. Once again, I walked sunwise around the lodge to bless every eye with the sight of their manifested Chanumpa from the sky. Many bowed their heads at the sight, touching their foreheads to honor the pipe as it passed by. Returning to stand before the chief, I positioned myself over the red stone and lifted the Chanumpa up for everyone to see. I held the stem pointed upward in my right hand, with the bowl of the pipe resting in my left hand as I continued to speak. The Barth is your mother, and with this pipe you will always remember how to walk in a sacred way, honoring her holy body all the days of your life. For all that she gives to you, the earth deserves your greatest honor, and your every step upon her should be an ongoing prayer of gratitude that never ceases. This Chanumpa will spiral open your hearts so that you may always hear the voice of your mother clearly. In your listening, you will understand how to love her and one another in all ways. See how this bowl is carved out of the red earth. In this way, the bowl represents your mother Farth, including your own body that arises from her. Although your individual bodies appear to be separate, they are woven together with all of her elements. What you have been given, it is she who gave it to you. For the short time that you walk upon Mother Barth, your body provides the opportunity to breathe the breath of life together as one. As you smoke this pipe, you are reminded of this Holy Communion. As you live within the body of your Mother Farth, you share this journey interdependently with all beings in a sacred hoop of giving, receiving, and learning from one another. Look how the bowl is carved as a buffalo calf. This represents that all beings living upon the Parth are your brothers and sisters. Where this bowl joins with the stem, hang 12 eagle feathers to represent your winged family in the sky above. The stem is carved from wood, joining your heart with all that grows upon the land. In this way, the spirit of Chanumpa reconciles you with the wholeness of who you are, as you consciously pray with all your relations for the willingness to receive the prayer that Great Spirit is praying for you. When you lift your voices up to pray with this sacred pipe, your prayers will be supported by all the peoples of your Mother Earth praying along with you, as well as everything within this universe that is also praying with you. Believe that this is so, and you will always receive direct knowledge from the Great Spirit. Chanumpa is a manifestation of the covenant that you have entered into with life, to pray for, and with everything, for the glory of Wakantanka's creation, to increase in all ways. The momentum of your prayers is immediately conceived as this stem joins the bowl. In this design, Chanumpa is a holy vehicle revealing the alignment of heaven and earth, the male and female principle that exists within all beings that unifies together in prayer for the manifestation of miracles. As such, this pipe belongs to all pure-hearted people, women and men alike, who are true keepers of these sacred ways. Your life is sacred, and every day that you live is a holy day. With this pipe, you will remember that every dawn is a gift to be honored, and that every night is an opportunity to give thanks for another day that you have lived. Everyone and everything that stands upon the earth is sacred, and your prayers spoken with this pipe will elevate all beings with respect. With these prayers, you will increase in all ways upon the earth as you unconditionally bless what is holy and worthy within all. I then instructed the people in how to bless the sacred herbs that are used to pray with the pipe. Prayers were shared for how to honor their ancestors and prepare the way ahead for their children. I shared how to pray for their tribe, reconciling any challenges that arose between one another by praying with the sacred pipe together as a community. The pipe would help them resolve the seemingly unresolvable by communicating on a much deeper level with the Great Spirit that is in all. Prophecies then began to flow from my heart over my tongue. I shared with the people that Wakantanka would reveal a total of 7 sacred rites that would support the tribe's spiritual journey through several ages ahead. Practicing these rites would continually guide the people into ever deeper revelations for how to reconcile, honor, and live in right relations with each other, all beings, and Mother Earth, regardless of all outer circumstances. I revealed what I could, yet there were things that I spoke of which could not be understood at that time. Those prophecies that were veiled to them were not lost, for I seeded this information in the hearts of their women. In the ages to come, these prophecies would awaken within the DNA of their descendants, activating future Sioux prophets with the seeded visions of my guiding revelations. My coming is a sign that your people will carry this pipe as a lineage of Wakantanka's great light for all of creation's children. The Great Plains is your world now, but one day, your world will include a much larger world with many two-leggeds that have forgotten who they are. First, they will be your enemies, filled with the sickness of separation, and they will take almost everything from you because of their great suffering. You will know that the final age is coming to an end when these same two-leggeds begin to suck you out for the medicine of this sacred pipe to heal their sickness. They will ask you to teach them about peace, and at first they will understand very little of what you say. Yet look for the signs of their questioning eyes, and you will know that I am coming soon to speak on your behalf. Throughout these ages, I will always be with you as a guiding light, but you will not see me in this way that you do now. As you pray with this sacred pipe, you will learn how to find me within you. From this pilgrimage across the coming ages, your people will learn that what is within you can never be stolen from your pure hearts. This pipe will take your people all the way to the end of those days, completing a great prayer to purify the hearts of all two-leggeds from the darkness of separation. It is then that I will return and physically walk amongst you once again. My return will signify that the great prayer Wakantanka has for the two-legged people, which was put into the creation of this Chanunpa, will be fulfilled, and a new prophecy for that same prayer will arise. Children from the stars will walk the earth, carrying a living Chanunpa within them. In those days, I will reveal the fullness of my light upon the Barth, and these star-seated children will recognize my voice and embody my new prophecies. The great spirit that fills this pipe will flow over their tongues, and they will speak a deluge of prayers and prophecies that will free this world from the dark reign of the previous ages. Behold this pipe that I give you. Chanunpa stands upon the Barth and walks with you as an embodiment of these great days to come, when all peoples will speak the praise of Wakantanka in one tongue. Closing my spoken prophecies with a prayer that sealed these words within their hearts and minds, I then turned and walked 4 times sunwise around the lodge. The Holy Spirit within me caused the fire to rise higher with every round. On the 4th round, I walked out of the teepee door, raised my arms to the east, and declared, Wakantanka, I have spoken the good words that you sent me to say, and it is done. As I began to walk out of the village, the same way that I had entered, the people hurriedly emerged from the teepee to witness what they could of my departure. A great eagle, larger than any warrior had ever seen, descended from the sky to circle above me as I walked. When I felt the last person emerge from the teepee, I stopped walking and shapeshifted into the form of a reddish-brown buffalo calf. I turned back to stare at the people. In joyful celebration, I kicked my back hooves into the air and then playfully tumbled into the grass. When I stood back up, my fur turned pure white, and in this embodiment I became quite still and once again stared back into the eyes of everyone watching me. I then continued to walk a distance more away from the village as the white buffalo calf, and then stopped to look back once again. Above me, the great eagle faced the village and sounded 4 cries that rolled across the plains. On the 4th cry, my white fur turned night black, and I bowed to ceremonially honor each of the 4 directions for their support of my prophecies. Upon completing this prayer, my black calf embodiment shifted back into my form as white buffalo woman. I turned a final time to face the people, raising my hands in a final blessing, and declared, I will always be with you. You will see me with your eyes once again when I walk as the white buffalo upon the Barth. With this final prayer, my spirit was set free from all form. My great light was released to radiate throughout my body, which dissolved into white clouds and lightning. The circling eagle descended into the revelation of my light, and we became one star running across the great plains, finally dissolving into the horizon. The prophesied return of White Buffalo Woman. Let it be known that my medicine for humanity is as multifaceted as the 1,000 eyes of Grandmother Spider. The wisdom of every form is available for my prophecies. For I am an embodiment of the Holy Spirit, and I speak in the tongues of all species, praying for and praising the glory of Sophia within the Mother Earth, and as her great spirit that created all that is. I have appeared in other indigenous cultures as well, in other forms that are just as honored. For my oversoul was asked by Sophia to protect and guide many indigenous peoples of the earth throughout ages of evolutionary ascension. As such, my oversoul is consecrated to embody the divine will of Sophia. Wherever she asks me to go, I shall forever proclaim her holy name. Many invoke my Holy Spirit as an archangel of thunder beings and as a guiding light ascended master for the fulfillment of global peace prophecies. In this age, I am now revealing myself as a divine feminine Christ embodiment overseeing the earth's ascension. All of these titles point to the service of my heart, yet who I am exists beyond all definitions. I manifest myself within any form needed to speak the words for which I am sent. And in this way, I am a mirror for your oversoul's ability to do the same. Wherever Sophia asks for me to descend, as her messenger and embodiment on earth, I appear as the Holy Spirit made flesh. My lightning bundle carries the medicine of miracles. I am the embodiment of answered prayer that is instantaneously and perfectly manifested, even more beautifully than originally asked for. When I appear to a people, my presence prophecies the coming of healing storms for evolutionary change and ordained reconciliation. I am most at home in the sky worlds not far above your Mother Earth. Dancing upon the clouds with my thunder-being angels, my ceremonies create offerings of rain and electricity for Mother Earth's body to grow and regenerate. I represent an ancient and powerful order from the sky words called the Sky Grandmothers, who oversee the evolutionary growth of all species on Earth from beyond the space-time continuum. Together, we continuously weave a rainbow bridge that coordinates innumerable timelines for countless souls and species to incarnate within Mother Barth's body and become students of her abundant grace. There are many ascended masters originating from other star nations across this universe that oversee humanity's ascension. But one am an ascended master whose order is native to this planet. I was present for the conception of Mother Barth, and I will remain with her until the blinding light of her full ascension. As such, one have served as a divine feminine Christ embodiment, overseeing this planet's ascension for Khans. Countless ascended masters and star nations seek out my intercession and counsel for how to best serve the consciousness of Mother Barth, as well as her billions of species. For your planet is a beloved daughter of the Most High and an important key code in the cosmos of Sophia. As such, there is a great interest amongst many diplomatic councils for how to support her divine purpose as a remarkable Christed oversoul of Sophia Dragon consciousness. In my prophetic lineage revealed by the Sioux people, the one Sophia source is revered and prayed to as Wakantanka, the Great Spirit. My appearance to the Sioux represents the Holy Spirit descending into form to deliver direct revelations of Wakantanka for living in respect and harmony with your planet, all species, your community, and yourself. When I appear to a people ready for my teachings, my embodiment reflects the earthly forms that provide a direct vehicle for delivering my messages to the heart of their cultural context. Buffalo abundantly provided for everything that was physically needed for the Sioux to survive and thrive on the Great Plains. Therefore, the buffalo represented the heart of the Sioux's existence. I came in the form of a pure white buffalo calf as a prophecy of their spiritual abundance. I blessed them with the responsibility to maintain a clear pathway home for humanity to reconcile with the heart of its innocence. I entrusted them to live as stewards of peace with all beings on this planet. For many, this sacred pathway of reconciliation is called the Red Road. I chose the Sioux people to be the caretakers of my prophecies, for their mighty hearts were already practicing a daily communion with Great Spirit and star nations prior to my arrival. Therefore, when I appeared to the Sioux, I declared a messianic prophecy to the hearts of a listening and willing people. This messianic prophecy foreshadowed my return as an overlighting, divine feminine Christ embodiment for reconciling humanity's relationship with Mother Earth. For several ages, it was imperative that this prophecy remain veiled in mystery, but now I am fully available to all people as a global guiding light teacher for this next golden age. The spontaneous and sacred appearance of a new genetic species of white buffalo in North America is the first fulfillment of my spoken prophecy. These white buffalo are the first Holy Spirit embodiments of my Sophia Christ consciousness returning and manifesting once again on earth. As thunder-being angels, they embody and broadcast the frequency of my divine feminine Christ transmission, which is an invincible innocence that radically undermines and transfigures the viral programming causing humanity to act inhumanely to all life. The White Buffalo Star Nation is a collective consciousness of angelic thunder beings that are descending to earth within the bodies of this sacred white buffalo herd. I invite you to open your hearts and receive their healing rains that wash away the grief of past ages and nourish the gardens of your future generations. Their evolutionary work with the Sophia dragons assists in dissolving hierarchies of darkness and birthing new golden ages of sovereignty and peace. The White Buffalo Star Nation is a guiding light totem for your generation of radical spiritual warriors and star-seated lightworkers. They intimately know the fabric of your soul's passionate prayer for a new world, for they are highly advanced beings that have traveled far across the cosmos to join you in leading this global movement. Their entirely new genetic sequence is a mirror for your own unique contribution as a starseed lightworker who came to Earth with an important mission. My white buffalo understand your intense sensitivities to humanity's current crises, as well as the courage that is required to look and speak differently than previous generations of human lightworkers. Just as my white buffalo angels are a completely new species on Earth, so are you. And you can take refuge in their loving understanding of your heroic human journey. If you are open to receiving their support, my white buffalo are here to work as one with you in service to this divine feminine Christ movement. Their purpose as my embodied angels is to initiate the willingness of humanity to receive its answered prayer for peace. Consider the powerful momentum of a thunder being heard as a miraculous form of spiritual support for your own role in birthing a new paradigm. When you pray with and for the White Buffalo Star Nation, your prayers for a new golden age are amplified by the magnificent power of my living angels on earth. With the mighty spirit of my white buffalo at your back, you remember how much your prayers matter for birthing heaven on earth. In their ordained appearance as a new species, they embody both the fulfillment of my prophecy and the lightning medicine of manifested miracles as a mirror for recognizing the power of your own prayers. Your prayers make a significant difference both for your own future and the generations ahead, who are depending upon you to fulfill your own prophecies and birth a new paradigm. The spontaneous anchoring of the White Buffalo Star Nation in North America is the first fulfillment of my prophecies as an overlighting divine feminine Christ embodiment in service to the planet's ascension. There are many more to come. I proclaimed that I would return at the culmination of several destructive ages to guide humanity back to global peace and right relations with the earth. With the White Buffalo announcing my return, know that I am a fully available spiritual guide both on earth and within your heart. And my work with you for birthing this next age of miracles has just begun. My key code 7 is ordained to become a guiding light transmission for millions of light workers around the world that are here to embody the way of reconciliation, integrity, and sovereignty. I am here to mentor you as a way shower for global peace by activating your embodiment to command miracles and fulfill prophecy through the purity of your heart. Prayer is your greatest medicine. The true heart of humanity's innocence is as pure as a white buffalo. The sacred pipe was a gift given to humanity as a teaching vehicle for how to access peace within you by reconciling with your pure innocence through the power of prayer. I am here to teach you about the full power of prayer to clear all timelines of suffering, including the desecration of the divine feminine, and restore to you a peace that has never left you. It is safe for you to let go of the past. No matter how many times you relive the trauma of genocide, you cannot change the outcome. I am here to guide you back to your own salvation, which is to believe in the power of the Holy Spirit, working through you to atone for and reconcile all imbalances. You honor your ancestors and cleanse the past by living fully in the prayer of the present moment. This prayer is praying you and all of humanity into a new relationship with each other and Mother Earth. Stop shaming yourself for everything that the tribes of humanity have done to each other in the past. Internalizing shame only slows the momentum of this prayer that is being answered through loving yourself. You are here as a way shower to lead many in how to create a new paradigm free of the past by commanding changes through your sovereign power of prayer. One of my great prayers for humanity is the reconciliation of the divine feminine Christ consciousness. In my return to the earth, I am here to mentor women in how to make a strong prayer for their personal sovereignty and how to receive the answer to that mighty prayer. In this next age of miracles, women must claim their divine right to fully embody the Sophia Code within them and take up the mantle of divine feminine Christ leadership. For women are the buffalo of community, birthing and raising every generation from the prayer of their wombs. When women are supported to dream in peace, men become woven into their prayer and know their own worth by supporting their women birthing a new paradigm into reality. Prayer is a vehicle for the direct communion between your awareness and your higher self. It is also the direct communication between your awareness and Sophia, which my people call the Great Spirit. Prayer is a conversation that can happen in many spoken words or in the silence of feeling. Prayer is a visualization of something desired and the communication of that desire to be fulfilled by the Holy Spirit within you and all of creation. An authentic prayer is both humbling and empowering. Prayer is a spiritual technology that requires your awareness to surrender to the power of the Holy Spirit working within you and in all of creation. Allowing yourself to surrender to a higher power humbles your awareness to reach beyond the limitations and resistances of the ego. The ego would have you believe that the thinking of your limited human awareness is your only resource for solving a problem or manifesting a desire. When you pray, you are allowing a higher power beyond your human understanding and effort, the power of the Holy Spirit that exists within you, to divinely orchestrate the answers to your every prayer. In this way, prayer is a great equalizer that both humbles and empowers all people through the act of surrendering. Receiving the answers to your prayers teaches your awareness to trust that there is a greater part of you listening to and answering your every request through prayer. Prayer is also a way to interact with the ecosphere of your living world. Everything, both living and inanimate, exists within the quantum fabric of Sophia. Quantum particles carry the consciousness of the Holy Spirit within all peoples and species upon the barth. To quiet yourself and respectfully communicate with any living being is an act of prayer. You have the power to speak directly with those people that you call animals or birds. When you humble your human awareness to accept and honor the Holy Spirit within them, that awaits your communion through the vehicle of prayer. For truly that is the heart of prayer. A humble and curious communion with the Holy Spirit that speaks in the tongues of all beings. Communion with the great beings speaking as animals, such as the white buffalo, invokes a higher awareness about the interconnected community and ecosphere of all peoples, human or otherwise. When I appeared to the people of the plains, their hearts were tomed to communicating with the Great Spirit within all of nature through elaborate forms of prayer and ceremony. This form of prayer was for both spiritual balance and the physical survival of their tribe. Their physical world revealed a map of divinity's many faces, in which all parts were equally respected and honored. As the prayers of this people evolved, they expanded far into the stars above, calling forth angels and messengers to teach the medicine of other dimensional realities. With greater knowledge and increased wisdom, the tribe's prayer to continually expand in their communion with the Great Spirit invoked me as a Christed messenger. I came as the next evolutionary leap for this great people to remember that the same divinity that they prayed to outside of themselves existed within them as well. What could the two-leggeds give the four-leggeds and the winged ones? That was an equal exchange for all that they offered the tribe. What could the tribe offer Mother Earth for all that she unconditionally gave to nourish their every need and desire? How could the two-leggeds best serve each other without the need to harm or take from one another? In earnest, these questions arose from the heart of the people, and one manifested as White Buffalo Woman with the sacred pipe as their answered prayer. Receiving the sacred pipe revealed to the tribe that humanity's greatest offering to all of creation is the power of their prayers to intercede for, love, and bless all beings. The sacred pipe was given as a tool of reconciliation for all of humanity to remember its important role as stewards of peaceful prayers within and for the one body of Sophia Christ. I delivered this vessel for teaching men and women that they are one in their prayers. The bowl of the Shanumpa is the divine feminine principle of the pipe, while the stem is the divine masculine. The sacred pipe cannot be smoked in prayer without their union. The bowl is perfectly designed for its purpose, and so too the stem. The unification of these polarities working together as a whole vehicle for prayer was a foundational step in humanity's evolution, catalyzed by the teaching embodiment of the sacred pipe. Chanunpa is a medicine that guides you back to the invulnerable innocence of your own heart, which intuitively knows how to pray for the highest good of all in every moment. Downloading Divine Feminine Medicine. My Key Code 7 transmission activates the divine qualities within you for reclaiming the medicine of the divine feminine, reconciling with the divine masculine, embodying your sovereignty through direct revelation and divine knowing, commanding miracles through prayer, fulfilling the prophecies of your divine purpose, interspecies diplomacy, living in oneness, and becoming an ambassador for global peace. In this next golden age, I am an overlighting, diving feminine Christ embodiment available to guide every humble and listening heart, regardless of spiritual affiliation. The more you invoke me, the more you will come to know that my radical divine feminine presence calls forth mighty storms of healing power and pristine intuitive solutions. My mighty unlimited nature is a multidimensional mirror for your highest potential. I activate your crown chakra to download whole system spiritual technologies from your higher self for embodying your sovereignty. My presence mentors you as a new paradigm leader for creating abundant peace, prosperity, and success that is in alignment with the health of Sophia Gaia. When you mentor with me, I bless you with many medicine bundles that provide the spiritual technology for clearing a multitude of painful belief systems stored within humanity's ancestral DNA. These ancestral belief systems include genocide, atrocities, greed, hatred, grudges, abuse, and grief, passed down through genetic lines that are responsible for fueling much of your current global environmental and socioeconomic crises. Within these bundles, I also share with you the Sophia Christ consciousness of Wakan Tanka that can heal all wounds, both seen and unseen, returning you to your original innocence. My medicine bundles facilitate an intimate and powerful relationship with Mother Earth. Beneath the surface of current man-made ecological imbalances exists the invincible divine love and ever-generous divine mother embodiment of Mother Earth. I guide you in how to regenerate yourself by directly accessing her mighty presence through the elements and sanctuaries provided by nature to support your life both physically and emotionally. With personal integrity comes personal peace. When you live in peace with yourself, it becomes possible to make your contribution to the divine plan for Mother Earth's ascension. My people call this contribution mending the sacred hoop of all life. Mentoring with me eventually aligns every aspect of your life to live in total integrity with the divine plan of your higher self to joyfully participate in humanity's reconciliation with the Barth. I bring peace to the hearts of those who carry a great prayer within them for humanity and Mother Earth's ascension. There are so many imbalances to reconcile between humanity and the earth that your personal prayer and mission may feel overwhelming and heavy within your heart. Take courage, for I have come to radiate my Sophia Christ light before you and make the way ahead easier for fulfilling the prophecies of your own heart's prayer. As you pray with me, I open the sky of unlimited potential within you and bless your prayers with the lightning of my illumination. I come to activate the master within you that is ready to align with and for all of Sophia's creation, joining you in this same prayer for global peace. My presence overlights your awareness to accept and receive that all of creation is working together to orchestrate the answers to your prayers. It is in your willingness to participate in this great prayer with me that we will call forth the healing rains and lightning reconciliation of the divine feminine grace and power ordained to usher in a new paradigm of right relations with all that is. From the Sophia Code, a living transmission from the Sophia Dragon Tribe, a book written by Kaia Ra